Wrestling.
All right. We are live. Holy smokes, folks. My name is Andrew Jupin.
I'm Chris Cabin.
Steven Sadak.
Eric Siska.
And we are We Hate Movies from right here in New York fucking city. My goodness gracious. It is rad to be in a performance space.
Yeah.
At home. Give it up for 95 Bulls, everybody. That was
Hell yeah.
fucking awesome. Holy Toledo. I guess we'll start off.
Yeah, I'm not on cocaine, but I feel like I am now.
Yeah,
I
no.
wasn't, but
Plus,
now I
with
feel
the
that.
sweating.
The sweat-
I
oh, yeah,
think,
cocaine
hang on a
sweats is
second.
the thing.
Take a quick survey. Sweatiest show of all time?
Yes, definitely.
Of course.
Excellent.
Now, at home, can you clap? Can you let us know if you're sweaty as well?
It sounds like snaps.
There we go.
Yeah, there's
All right.
something.
I like it.
Someone was coughing. I distinctly heard some coughing, which was great.
There's a ghost in another room.
If you are unfamiliar with what we do and you're tuning into the Frequency Festival here, we are a comedy show where we take a bad movie and sort of riff on it for a little bit, and that's what we will be doing for you this fine evening, talking Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome from 1985. Great year. For some, not so much for others.
Yeah.
Directed by the great George Miller, of course. This is the third in a more or less rockin' franchise, except this one maybe. I don't know.
Who's the Phantom who directed it with him?
Oh, I don't know. Some producer
Another
friend
George,
of
actually.
Yeah, it's
which
another
is great.
George Ogilvy, I want to say his name
Yeah,
is.
that sounds
That's
right.
right.
Yes.
George Oogie Loves, I
Yeah,
think.
because
Loves, absolutely.
because what you call it, Miller was so upset that the producer Byron died in a helicopter crash doing location scouting for the movie. He needed some help. And Chris, I just want to let you know, if you ever died in a helicopter crash, I would take like a week off the show, like a real week.
We
Oh,
wouldn't
God.
we wouldn't even put up like a dummy episode. Like it would just go totally dark for exactly 1 week.
And then, and then we would milk it. We would be like the best of Chris Cabin coming up for the next 3 weeks.
Look, a week is more than my father said he would in the same instance, and he was definitely sure to sit me down and tell me this is what's going to happen if you die in a helicopter crash.
Wait, you and your old man just kicking back, chatting
yeah.
about if you die before me?
Oh yeah. Have a couple beers, talk about how you're going to die. You know,
See, super
you know,
healthy.
It's tragic if your son dies before you as a parent, unless it's a cool way, like a helicopter crash.
I mean, but you would have to. I mean, in the Thunderdome world, you would have to talk to your kids about what happens when you're going to die and when I die.
And that, you know what? And this movie shows how hard it is to raise children in the wasteland, which is what we are entering. We are now officially in the post-apocalypse. That's why
think
we
so.
chose this movie.
Yeah,
That's
I think
right.
so. Yeah.
So for those unfamiliar with this motion picture, Steve Sadak, how would you sort of distill the basic points here? This is the third movie in a motion picture franchise, but what's different about this one?
Yeah, this one, Mad Max rolls into Bartertown, runs afoul of Tina Turner. You do get the Thunderdome you're promised, and then it's like, yeah, but what if it's a different movie with cute little kids instead for the last hour? What
Right,
if we
because
just...
you were reminded that this movie is indeed going beyond Thunderdome.
Yes, exactly.
It's not like Mad Max rolls into Thunderdome. It's everything that happens after he farts around in Thunderdome for admittedly cool 15 minutes, but
Do you think that was legalese? They're like, you can't just call it Mad Max Thunderdome.
yeah,
It's
you're ripping
barely
him off.
in there.
You're
got-
ripping him off.
Maybe 10 minutes tops. You can't call it Mad Max. No. Beyond
It's like-
Thunderdome.
Now you're getting a little classer.
It's like you're calling it Mad Max Gyrocopter. There's only one shot of it.
This movie could have used a fucking gyrocopter.
Oh, that's right. No,
man.
he's got some weird seaplane
Super
situation.
plane of some
Super
sort.
plane.
It looks
yeah.
like the plane from what was that there Disney cartoon Tailspin a little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh, yeah.
For all those remembering
Baloo
Disney's
flew
Tailspin.
drunk in that show, right?
That's
what
a
that worked.
fat bear, is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah, no, and Steve, you're right. He was heavily intoxicated the entire time.
Got it. Okay.
Well, also in
Yeah.
Thunderdome, I imagine there are bear pilots. Like that's how bears survive in the wasteland. They're like, "Rrr."
That would be interesting if you could have easily introduced some creatures from the nuclear waste, right?
absolutely.
See, we're not getting into mutated creatures because the finger thing means the money there. is
I
the
just
idea.
saw a mutated creature in that Zack Snyder flick, and I'm okay. I'm good.
Oh, right, the zombie tiger in
Zombie
Army
tiger,
of the Dead.
yeah.
That was an ill-advised move.
It would have been fine, but the CGI, man.
Nah, I wasn't there.
Bad.
So, yeah, Mad Max is just kind of driving from his last adventure. I think he went to Wawa in Australia, got himself a hoagie, went to Hoagie Fest like you would.
Mad Max Beyond Hoagieville. That's something perhaps a titch more entertaining than
Let me
this,
get
I
a
think.
Vegemite hoagie. extra water, please, on the side.
What's a submarine? You mean underwater? Is the sandwiches underwater now?
Oh, you're talking about a hoagie? Oh, hoagie and submarine, same thing.
Okay, okay, cool.
He gets, and this is what the movie lets you know immediately that this is a cuter Mad Max, because in previous iterations it would be just some like nightmare biker gang, and now it's like a father and his adorable son that kind of fucks him over.
You're speaking of Master Blaster.
No, no,
I was wondering if they're father and son. I guess not.
I don't think so.
I guessed yes.
Oh, really?
Master Blaster,
That's right.
father son.
Master shoot blank, no impregnation.
No, he's just my stepson.
Embargo on. I'm putting on a condom.
Found him in Wasteland. Does not count.
Child embargo on. Wrapped it up. I did. I don't know why he's talking like Yoda.
Mother for 4 months. Mother leave town. Me left with son. Form meaningful bond.
Me go to one Def Leppard show once and go into the bathroom for some fun time and blank.
No, but you're speaking of the pilot. The pilot and his
Yes.
son, right? Yeah, they drop something on Max and steal his ride.
Yeah.
This,
And it's also
camel
confusing
caravan.
because it's what's his face from Road Warrior.
Bruce Spence.
Bruce
Yeah.
Spence.
Which is like, how is this not the same character? Is it the same character?
It's not, and that's why it's stupid.
You were talking. I forget who it was either you or Steve or Eric who was talking about like Mad Max as a myth.
Yeah.
Like I can see the gyro guy being also a myth. Like, and he carrying
Dude, that
over.
is like that's like an F level myth, then, man.
But-
You're
but-
going from Mad Max to the gyrocopter.
He's the one guy who's flying everywhere.
Look at
I
Christianity,
see.
right? Like Lazarus, what's this guy doing? Like no one really cares. He's like the F degree, but it's like, well, he keeps coming back. Maybe that's what the gyro comes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need other X-Men. It can't just be Wolverine. You know what I mean? You need to sort of fill out the ranks a little bit.
All I'm saying is the last time we saw that guy in a fucking Mad Max movie, he was flying a thing.
Yeah.
And the first time we see him in this movie, he's flying a thing, and it's not the same guy. And I know, Steve, you brought this up. It was Australia in the 1980s. It was against the law for you to make a movie in Australia without Richard Spence being in the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's why he's there.
Yeah.
But it's just... have him play something else. Have him play any one of these sillily named characters.
Or give him a mustache, maybe. A mustache would
That
be
would be
helpful.
nice.
Like, you know,
Well, I thought
I
he
mean-
kind of has a little blonde bush like Eric's got over there.
I got some blonde bush upstairs and down.
Excellent.
But, you know, Max, I don't think he's even referred to as Max in this movie. He's just the man with no name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just also taken a new life.
he does introduce himself to Master Blaster as me, Max. That is something that I...
Oh, okay.
does he
Okay.
really?
Yes,
Oh, you're
because
right. You're right.
He's like, me, Master... And he's like, me, Max. So that's the only time...
That's his new name, Me Max.
Yeah.
Oh, me, Max.
I'm
That
an
sounds
alien.
like some like little like green globule, but would be selling you the prescription on a commercial or something. Oh yeah, how about some more me, Max?
do not take Me-Max after swimming. Me-Max will cause birth defects in children.
So like he has this kid. Did he sprout it?
Bruce Spence's kid.
Yeah, he has. Did he sprout it? or
Well,
was
No,
there an
but that's
actual-
what's also confusing because at the end of Road Warrior, right, he's got that lady friend. So you just assume like they got down in the wasteland, and now he's like sidled with this horrible child.
And then they both ate the mother.
I would think so, right? That seems to be what's going on here. But they steal Mad Max's stuff.
Yes, all of his shit. And then he gets all mad about... Because he's Mad Max, the titular Mad
That's what's
Max.
going to happen.
Is he?
Yeah.
And I think he goes to Bartertown, and if I had to draft post-apocalyptic places I would live in, Bartertown would be pretty high.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty
Electricity,
high.
right?
They've got electricity,
Sure.
and the most important part, they have Saturday nights. Because there is one part where, you know, Master Blaster's really excited about the whole situation. And he's like, "It's Saturday night. Enjoy yourself."
I'm getting fucking laid tonight.
Exactly, man. Like, I feel like Saturdays don't happen after the apocalypse, but they do in fucking Bartertown.
But what? Like, I don't see any like potato distilleries where you can get like booze.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not seeing a place. It's mostly just for bloodshed. And like, I don't even see like there's. It doesn't seem like there's a prostitution racket in this.
Well, there
in
is a
this-
mention
definitely.
of the brothels.
Is there? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
because when Max shows up to town, he's like, I do have something to trade. Actually, Alfred Hitchcock, I have something to trade.
Dude, this guy looks exactly like Alfred Hitchcock. It's disgusting.
He's got skills to trade, and he's like, the brothels are full.
That's the line I hear all the time. Brothels full.
But even so, I don't get to see people enjoying themselves there. The only
Dude,
time
you do no. Hang on a second. You do not want to see these wasteland scum fucks getting down.
Oh yeah, I
I
do.
kinda do.
Turn this into a Harmony Korine movie.
Well,
Do
let's,
it.
you know,
Let's go all the way.
clap at home if you want to see some mutant sex.
I want to hear it.
There we go.
Say,
It sounds like someone is falling down the stairs. I love it.
That's many stairs.
That's many stairs.
love it.
And that's the thing too. Tina Turner has an apartment in this movie. Very few apartments in the post-apocalypse.
Pretty tough real estate market,
Yes.
I'd wager.
And
yeah.
it's clean.
It's super
there's
clean.
no dust even, and everything's
Although,
dust.
The smell must be terrible because it's all powered by methane. There's pig shit everywhere. There's
Yes.
an underworld of pigs.
Yeah, like, is it worth it having a penthouse apartment in Bartertown when your every waking second it smells like shit?
But I guess you get used to it, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess.
yeah, I mean, these are concessions I just would not make. I would just commit suicide in this kind
I
of world.
can't even smell pig shit.
We should say, I mean, that Tina Turner song that kicks off the movie.
It's fucking awesome.
Banger.
It's a great song, but again, Mad Max movies do not start with pop songs.
I love it. Because they have two. The first one's not We Don't Need Another Hero. It's something else. but it's-
Parentheses Thunderdome.
Yes, and
Yeah.
she's like something, and the living will envy the dead. And I'm like, that's an odd touch for a pop song.
She should have used it as like a demo version for Golden, like Thunderdome, you'll die outside.
Oh, that would be great, dude.
I have no problem with the music in this movie except for the score. It gets a little like whimsical
Yes. Yes.
and like farty towards
Because you have a bunch of dumbass little kids running
right.
around, dude. So it's got to be whimsical as hell. This is like Peter Pan shit, and it's stupid.
Yeah.
I do love the setup here, though. Like, so Mad Max goes in. He realizes that everyone stole his shit. He wants it back, and he wants some, guzzling, as we love to call it. And the only way he can get it is he has to kill somebody. And I mean, like, I kind of like Mad Max as an assassin kind of a situation for like
Sure.
5 minutes.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
I do love the reveal of Saxophone Guy. Saxophone Guy rules the school. He goes up to, he runs afoul of like this really cool gang of like a post-apocalyptic nightmare people, including
You
one
sound
guy.
like you want to join them, dude. You're like, these really cool nightmare people came by.
I mean,
they were so cool.
I mean, these days, if the heat keeps up like this, might as well.
Definitely.
I do appreciate the guy Iron Bar, the really short one. He has a little thing that makes him look taller. You know what I mean? Like, I might start doing that.
Dude, you would invest in a puppet extension?
Exactly.
Because it's just a weird like mask
like
on a pole.
doll
Yeah.
head or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
That-
Porcelain doll face.
That's where you measure. Yeah, doctor. Yeah. Drunk doctor. But please just measure from there.
Anything to get me to 5'10", dude. Anything to get me to 5'10".
But so Iron Bar isn't the guy playing the saxophone though? That's a
No,
different
that's
dude?
another. Yeah, they go up and there is a dude. You hear saxophone in the score, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then you turn around. It's almost like an Austin Powers gag. It's just a guy with a fucking saxophone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have actually been some gag, and it's just some like famed Australian person we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that has to be the best gig for a saxophone player in the post-apocalypse, right? Because otherwise, you are what, a corpse?
No, well, that we could be hanging out with the Lost Boys if you were in California.
Well, I guess
that,
so.
that saxophone
Well,
guy knew what
Bill,
was up.
Bill Clinton's probably like in a bunker somewhere
yeah.
down under a
Oh
golf
man,
course.
there's 3 saxophone guys left on the planet. It's me, someone in Australia, and the guy hanging out with the Lost Boys, baby.
The coolest thing is the big one happened while I was on Jeff Epstein's island, baby. Paradise on Earth.
Is that crazy, Jeff? Put your feet up. Let's relax.
Yeah, he's headlining over at Lightning Dome with like a gag ball in his mouth and just blowing it.
And like it's the idea is she's like, the queen of the city, anti-entity, as she's called.
That's correct.
That's
yes,
correct.
yes.
Yeah.
Only called Auntie in the movie, though, right? They
Yes.
never actually
Yeah.
say the
Yeah,
last
what is that shit though? Then there's some like IMDb nonsense or what?
I think it's in the end credits, actually.
Oh man, I hate that. Like if it doesn't make the movie, that's
name's
not the
Nancy,
character's name.
Yeah.
I think that's the action figure. That's a Star Wars rule. Everybody's got a fucking name.
Yeah,
Well,
everyone's
the
named.
Star Wars rule has got a fucking 50-page backstory.
Which I would wish. I mean, expand this universe. Give me some little paperback novels I could be an idiot with.
I think they dubbed over all of the auntie. Like Mel Gibson just kept on calling her Tina.
Oi, Tina.
Oh, crap. Sorry. That's my problem.
They don't-
Tina. Damn it. Did it again.
They don't particularly explain how it is she's the only like non-Australian in this world.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would love a thing about like, I was playing a concert when the big one went off and
Yeah.
I got stuck here in this wasteland.
Yeah. Well, later we do see a guy driving a car with like a cowboy outfit and cowboy hide, like on his car, like a cowhide on his
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
I think that guy also crossed a bridge or something.
He's Sturgill Simpson, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't check.
No, I think it's Larry the Cable Guy.
Hey, cool, I'm in a wasteland.
I spent so much time on this car right here. Oh, I'm dead. Damn it.
They say living would envy the dead. I ain't envy nobody. Look at my car. Yuck.
Dude, that's a note to George Miller for your next fucking Mad
sure.
Max World movie. Kill that fucker in some way. That'd be great.
Yeah, you ever fart so hard you envy the dead?
All the time.
Often.
Yeah, and like this is when she's like, I'll give you all the shit you want. You just have to kill somebody. She does almost give a backstory. She's like, but that's not important, kind of a thing.
Which, yes, it is, because otherwise I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, and if I had seen more of her around, but like these are the scenes, folks. Like the middle part here where you see Tina Turner, that's it until the ending. So like if you had gotten more time with her in the city, maybe I would be like, yeah, I don't need a backstory. Sure.
Yeah.
She's doing stuff.
Right.
But she's not doing stuff.
And this is like the traditional Mad Max deal, right? It's like, you give me, X amount of your time, do, Y chore, and then I'll give you gasoline, a bunch of water, and then you can just fuck off to wherever the next movie is.
Yes,
absolutely.
Is the idea.
I have to say something about the casting in this movie. There was an actor, and it wasn't in quotation marks. It was an actor named Angry Anderson.
Yes, I think Angry Anderson plays Iron Bar.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like, I would just be calling all my kids like Moods.
Pissed off Pete and so on.
Yeah. Horny Latimer.
No, you're not calling your kid horny anything.
Yeah,
What's
sure.
the matter with
Why
you?
not? You just go.
Oh, this one's going to be my horny child?
Horny
Really?
child.
Scumbag.
You can't call a kid horny.
Sad cabin and horny cabin.
Yeah, but now you're
Well,
looking
sad
at...
cabin, I definitely
You
would
got to
get
be off
behind.
the grid if you're raising horny kids.
Exactly. You are looking at a baby's face, and I shall dub thee horny.
Yeah. As I'm being carted off in handcuffs, screaming, "No, it's horny!"
Well, the last one looked like a Jeff, but you look a lot like a horny. It's a family.
Not
name.
horny for me. No, okay. Now I'm in jail.
No, come on. You've got to understand. Oh no. Okay, I'm being sorry.
What? I'm arrested? Oh.
Yeah, but there's Bartertown, which rules, and a sick 2-for-1 Saturday nights.
Apparently, yeah, totally.
And underneath in the underworld is where all the methane comes from, which is pig shit.
it's where the sausage is made.
I was like, because there is Pig Killer, who is obviously,
Pig Killer, but you get a look at this Pig Killer, looks exactly like Zach Woods.
Yeah, kind of
Right?
is.
Yeah? Okay.
The Sleepless Nights look. Yeah.
Is this supposed to be like a brand or something? It looks like they put like sun lotion on him, except for to make it say "Pig Killer" on his chest.
Oh,
It's
is
just
that
like
right?
A little
It looks like
light-
a beach prank.
Yeah, it might have been a beach prank. I feel like that's got to be going on in Australia, especially in the post-apocalypse where it's all beach.
Tons of pranks.
Yeah, George Miller definitely seems like the type who would run that kind of stuff. No. We're going to put the stencil on his chest. Just wait right here. Oh, yeah.
I didn't even notice what you're talking about.
I'm Pig Killer,
It
and this
literally-
is my friend Fake Glasses guy, where he has fake glasses on.
On his chest, it says "Pig Killer."
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Got it.
It's funny because you were saying we get to see this is how, the sausage is made. And Pig Killer was actually,
He was trying to make some sausage.
he got arrested for fucking making some sausage.
Well, I mean, I know power is important, but you need all 600 pigs. Like that could be a fun little barbecue you could have with like 2 or 3.
Well, if you want to run the Thunderdome lights,
Yeah,
I
that's
imagine
true.
you need all of them.
I guess the society functions more like we're going to barbecue the people who fail at Thunderdome, right?
Yeah.
That would be the,
see,
Cannibalism?
that's the thing. What is the cannibalism situation?
It's
in
got to
this
be
world?
going on.
It's got to be fucking sky high, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute. We're just eating each other left and right. You have to put that in this movie.
Yeah, clap at home if you would eat another man.
we need
Dead silence.
Yeah.
Nope.
No,
one person.
God
One
damn.
person
There you go.
fell down the
All
stairs.
right, that's somebody else.
Yeah,
Okay.
some pulled human tacos. No, I would have liked that.
Your claps are legally binding, by the way.
Yeah.
Now you have to.
Yeah, we're going to do like a Fear Factor thing next or something.
What in the ever-loving fuck is that?
People are
Okay.
catching up. They're hungry for some like man steak, dude.
Yeah. They're hungry now. It's getting towards dinner time. It is true, yeah.
Man steak at the Outback Steakhouse.
No rules, just right. All human being steaks.
So he's trying to get his car back, correct?
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Yeah,
And he
like, hey
has-
Max, they're fucking with your car, man.
I do like the idea that we're building with the world here. Like gas is becoming even harder to get, so now his vehicle is being pulled by camels. So
Yes.
Yes. And they're selling the camels as if they're cars.
Yes.
Now listen, this baby has so much engine in her. Don't you worry about it. No, you take the gasoline and you pour it in the asshole is what you do. That's the easiest way to do it. It's like a car. It's exactly like a car. Don't worry
They
about
do
it.
say power steering, which I imagine is like you grab that goddamn camel's neck and you start jerking it. Use enough power.
Neither of you should ever ride an animal.
I have once.
Well, really? What are we talking?
A
Horse?
horsey.
Yeah.
horsey.
How'd
Yeah.
that go?
It was scary.
I was terrified of the only horse I ever rode.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's riding
Wait
horses.
a second. Bronx boys riding a horse? When did this happen?
I rode a horse named Puddles, and I cried my eyes out. That's what happened.
For how long?
Cried puddles over puddles?
Yes, somebody needed to take the horse away from me because I was so upset because this horse was
You
like
were so
scaring the
upset that
horse.
you were upsetting the horse.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. I think that's how that
This
works.
was you as a child.
This would be a
I
little.
rode-
No, it's him as a fucking 38-year-old man.
I rode a horse as a man, an adult, and I had no idea how to control the thing, and it started going into like traffic, and I'm just like, someone's got to come get us.
Help him! Help him, somebody!
What was the situation where you
I
had a
was,
horse on the freeway?
I was on my honeymoon. Oh, more on that later.
Okay. So there are no horses. There doesn't seem to be many horses in this world.
No.
It's mostly camels and like beat up shit wagons.
Yeah, because I think the horses were ridden into the ground and or eaten pretty
Definitely.
quickly.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah. That's
right
a
before the
delicacy.
people.
Do people eat camel? Is camel probably tastes pretty okay?
Probably.
What's going on?
I'd
Hump?
eat it.
A hump steak? I take a hump steak.
Well, isn't
I
that,
don't
is that
think
the
you're
good
eating
part?
a hump steak.
Isn't that where the
dude.
water is?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, so
Oh,
it's
like a wet steak.
Yeah, a wet steak. I don't want a wet steak.
Big wet bowl of camel
No.
meat.
Water steak sounds bad.
yeah, so we also get introduced to who we talked about a little bit, Master Blaster, who's
Yes.
down.
Love him.
He runs the underworld, but also secretly he kind of runs Border Town. You kind of find out Barter Town.
Also, Master Blaster, 2 people.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? It's like a fun Halloween costume.
Yes.
Because Master is like a little guy on the shoulders of Blaster, which is
Yeah.
like a big dude.
He's riding an animal. Tying it all back around.
There were some creative college kids who tried to do this with their buddy, and their neck is fucked up to this day.
Oh, totally. Like, come on, Gary, you just get on me. You're shorter.
You're squeezing too much, bro. You're squeezing.
It's 1985. We got to do it.
This wasn't worth it, man. Nobody gave a shit about this movie.
I thought you were shorter.
No, I'm the blaster. You're the man. I don't remember anything. I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah, so like basically Tina Turner is feeling threatened by the fact that Master Blaster kind of runs shit, which he shows by doing embargo, which is like, hey man, fuck you, now the lights don't work, which I love.
It's
power
kind of
move.
like if
power
you,
move.
If you were like hanging out in the
Power move.
backyard and you were like being loud and whatnot, with your friends and everything, like
Yeah.
maybe on a Saturday night, like
Sure.
at a Bartertown Saturday night,
Sure.
and your parents like flick the deck lights, like we fucking own this place, it is ours.
Curfew in 4 minutes.
Get these transient friends off of my patio.
Embargo. Cannot write about this Marvel movie until 5 days before release.
Oh man,
That
that's
is a
when you-
kind of embargo.
Yeah,
You're
it's a kind
right.
of
True.
embargo.
That's Cuba. That's another one.
Also
That's
another
any,
one.
2 famous embargoes, dude. Cuba and movie reviews. There you
Yes,
go.
that's about it.
But Master at least is like really wants to hear it from Tina Turner. He's like, embargo, say you like me. And she's like,
Say it louder.
Exactly. So everyone can hear.
I don't think the back heard it.
How handsome am I? I'm listening. Embargo.
So what the idea here is Max is going to have to assassinate Blaster so that Master is on his own.
That's right.
And Tina Turner can really run Bartertown.
If I was
Right.
Master, though, I would definitely have a backup Blaster. You
Oh,
know
I
what I
would
mean? Like,
definitely.
I would
A whole
be
army
grooming
of
somebody.
them.
That's exactly.
Totally.
Because this shit could happen. Like, obviously, you're a little exposed. It's like, okay, here, Blaster 2. He's kind of fat, but he's pretty strong.
Well, like
Blaster 3 has 1 leg, but he's okay.
he runs the underworld, and there's guys like Pig Killer who are just down there shoveling shit for a living. Like, no, you lift weight, you're Blaster too.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could whip Pig Killer into shape and he could be the next one, right? Yeah,
Exactly.
totally. Blaster 4, it's just my brother-in-law. He's kind of a jerk, but he was the best I could find.
Then you can name yourself Master Killer,
Yeah.
which is pretty sweet.
We must get you protein. We must feed you protein to bulk you up.
So whatever, man. The whole thing is like you got to face off against this motherfucker in Thunderdome, and here comes like the promise of the movie. 15 minutes into the situation.
Well,
here.
no. First, we do get to Saturday night where, like, it's like the idea is Max has to like shove Blaster in the middle of the causeway.
Oh,
kind of a
right.
thing.
She's like, you got to start shit and like basically like fake a fight because
Yes.
the whole thing is it's a society built on like any disagreement is solved in Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they say something about like disagreements turn into larger disagreements, which eventually leads to war. So this is like the second there's even the slightest offense in Thunderdome, and one of you is fucking dead before the day is out.
You know, early on, people were doing it over like lawn stuff and like you spat near my camel and stuff like that, and then they were like, "Oh no, it's for real. We're gonna die." Good.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna battle you to death because I like Goldfinger a little bit more than Casino Royale. That's it, and you like that more than me. So that's it. That's it.
how the pop culture wars ended, and all the nerds killed each other in Thunderdome.
What a good idea.
Look at this. The post-apocalypse turns out it's great.
It's only Goldfinger.
But the Thunderdome is iconic and it's amazing in this movie, and I just wish they would go back to it at some point.
No.
Like they just do it at the start,
Yeah.
and then we hang out with some little kids,
Yeah.
and then the movie kind of ends.
I want because like they keep telling, all right, Max, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna fight Blaster only in this battle, and it's you get weapons and da 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 da. 2 men enter, 1 man leave. We'll say that a bunch. But no one's like, and then also, by the way, here's this Cirque du Soleil bouncy apparatus. Like, no one ever, like, he has to be like, oh, what are you tying me to? What's
I'm
happening?
going to need a training lesson on this bungee before I get
Exactly.
into a fight to the death. I don't know how to use this apparatus.
Yeah, this used to be a place where they did Circus du Soleil,
Yes.
and they just had all the leftover bungee cords and
In
stuff.
this Thunderdome, we do it to Beatles music. It's Thunderdome love.
Man, people will throw money away on that shit left and right.
Oh,
Every day, every which way. So there's a battle with a lot of jumping. They take big blades from up on the. It's kind of cool.
Chainsaws.
Like,
Hell
it's really
damn ass
cool.
chainsaws.
The
in this
chainsaws, it's funny because, gases, there's a shortage. I
Yeah.
like that the chainsaw just doesn't work.
Yeah, well, because they're trying to put pig shit in it.
Yeah.
well,
They're
I
just pouring pig shit in it.
one thing that they set up that doesn't get paid off because we only have one entry in Thunderdome is there's these spikes, and what Blaster is trying to do is kind of like, boomerang him into, or slingshot him into the spike, because if it gets into it,
Yes.
I want that to happen to somebody once.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
In
Like,
the movie or now?
that would be fine too.
Either or,
Also,
really.
yeah,
I
that'd
mean,
be
but
nice.
like you get it's like Emilio Estevez in Mission Impossible with the elevator.
Yes.
Like a spike just right in your fucking.
Because
noodle,
Blaster's
man.
like, maybe, and he goes in and he keeps just missing it.
I think also if you took the weapons out of this, it's a pretty rad like 1990s Nickelodeon game show.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Like you could, don't you right? Like you could picture like Mike O'Malley like hosting an episode of Guts where he's like, "Yeah, we're back in the Thunderdome now,
Yeah.
and there's 2 tiny children. They're gonna swing around with chainsaws and whatnot."
And one will die. That we promise you. I mean, Nickelodeon, you do that now. People will finally watch that failing network.
Yeah, they might come back up if the guy's just walking around. Well, there's can somebody clear this is kids' brains on my shoe.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't think
Can
they weren't losing lives on the set of Double Dare left and right?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the aggro crag is here.
Totally.
Goopin time is.
Let's go to Mo for the videotape. Guts jokes.
Some kid had to have drowned in that green
Absolutely.
slime. Oh, there was probably asbestos in it. Who the fuck knows what they were doing?
Oh,
back
definitely.
then?
I got lung cancer because I was on Nick Arcade. Absolutely.
Yeah,
You give it 5 years, there will be a 10-part podcast about that very thing.
Chapter 4, the test results.
The Omek had like the smoke that came out of his mouth was totally toxic.
Oh my God, no one told me the smoke coming out of my mouth was menthol.
Yeah, nobody talks about the other cases that Aaron Brockovich investigated, but OMAC was one of them.
Absolutely.
Aaron Brockovich got so much justice for so many Nickelodeon personalities.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I mean, I mean, the fight we're underselling it a touch.
Yeah.
It rules. It's
Yes,
really cool.
It's very good.
And Max gets this giant mallet, this like cartoon. This looks like a Mario weapon or something.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. You'd knock out Bowser with this fucking thing. It's great.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. That's what
Just
the
like
guy
that,
is-
whatever the fuck that
recreating
person's
That's
noise
doing.
correct.
back
That
here.
is exactly it. Thank you.
Yep, there it
I'm
is.
so glad my equipment left through the post-apocalypse. Gallagher!
I'm the only stand-up comedian left on the whole fucking planet. Now I just need some watermelons.
I was banished to Australia for being terrible.
Oh, that just continues to be great.
Yeah. Okay, 2 watermelons enter, right? Okay. There you go.
0 watermelons leave because I'm blasting them both.
Whoa.
I can't believe in the post-apocalypse even my stupid gay jokes don't work. God damn it. I'm a
Gallagher,
hack.
you broke the law. You destroyed 2 watermelons instead of 1. So you break a deal, you face the wheel.
Yeah, he's been. I mean, he's had to have been in the Thunderdome at least like 5 times at least, just for little petty grievances that he has.
Oh, Gallagher? Yeah, he would have been wiped the
Well,
fuck
because he's
out in the
annoying.
Thunderdome.
Like I feel like if you're annoying, you're always in the Thunderdome, and/or you're dead.
Yeah, you're hoping for dead. It would be great if he was the one up on the spike.
So they take that big mallet that you usually hit with Donkey Kong with, and they knock off Blaster's helmet.
Yes.
And the rub is what Tina Turner was disingenuous about. Oh,
I
sure.
forgot to mention
Yeah, what is
the
it?
whistle.
Oh,
Very
the whistle.
important
Yes.
aspect. Sorry.
Because
Yeah.
he finds out earlier in the film that he's a bit Blaster's a bit sensitive to hearing or has sensitive hearing kind of a
High-pitched noises
situation.
and
Yeah.
whatnot. So that's how he gets the best of him, is he starts blowing a whistle and then he beats the shit out of him. And he knocks the helmet off, and it is revealed, and this is information that clearly Tina Turner knows about, and has not been forthcoming.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is what the fuck?
Who's there?
Can you fucking ban that person or something?
But yeah, so yeah, he has Down syndrome, and that's something that
Yes.
no one knew until the mask comes off, and Max doesn't want any part of it, and then somehow Master comes in. He's like, he has the mind of a child. Oh, come on, man, I need this dude.
Hey, wait a second. But it's a nice.
Blaster 2 will not be ready for 3 more weeks.
Embargoes for everybody until I get a new blaster. All embargoes.
It's a nice moment in the movie because
is.
it reminds you again of Max's humanity. I think sometimes in these movies it's a little hard because he's just kind of like the vessel for the story and there's not much characterization.
Oh, yeah.
But this is even Mad Max has limits, which is great. So someone else unfortunately murders this poor guy is the idea.
They've got a sniper.
No, it's
Is it Iron Bar?
Yeah, he's got
This
some,
guy's a real dirty son of a bitch in this movie, huh?
Crossbows. Pretty cool. I love
Oh, yeah.
seeing a crossbow bolt go into a guy's belly.
and that's the end of him. And then now it's now Iron Bar is basically Master's boss kind of a thing. And then
Yeah.
he's going to have to make Bartertown run or else he's going to get fed to the pigs.
Like Gary Oldman in Hannibal.
Yeah, I have a problem with this. These pigs are not big enough to eat that little guy. I'm sorry.
You don't think
need
so?
no.
What
no,
are
no.
you talking about? They would have a fucking field day with
What
this
if you
guy.
broke him up a little bit?
They'd eat him like a Macintosh apple, dude. Are you crazy?
He's taken a few of them down with him. I think you're gonna really eat it at the end of all this. You're gonna have less pig shit to run your city.
Yeah.
You don't
Just
want
for
that.
just for an execution, just for a flashy execution. It
Human
doesn't need
flesh probably makes great pig shit. Do you think that methane
That's-
would burn a little brighter?
Maybe
Because it's got the soul.
That's
right?
an interesting thing. I mean, is it only pigs that can get this going?
Oh yeah, that's right. There must. I mean, we never see how they shit in this
Yeah.
society. I would
Yeah.
love that
No.
to be
Big
explored.
burning question watching Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. What's the bathroom
I bet you in
situation?
Bartertown it's kind of like a composting situation. You
Sure.
bring your bag of shit to the farmer's market.
Yeah. Here
I'm
you
just
go.
saying, depending on the evening, my shit and pig shit, not a huge difference.
Well, you're walking in both all the time here.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
they don't really point that out. Looks too dry most of the time. I'll be honest with you. It'd be more sloppy.
Yeah, that's a good point. So Master, kind of falls in line, and Max has broken the deal, by the way, because
Right.
he didn't kill, which he's got to face the wheel.
What
And-
deal?
oh, that's right. Yeah. He's just like, oh, you're fucking double timing me now. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and Tina Turner jumps down. It's like, all right, even if it's unfair, we had a deal, and if you break the deal, you face the wheel. And our Alfred Hitchcock looking guy, I just love how he comes in to support her all the time, just jumping up and being like, break the deal, face the wheel.
I too can reiterate the rules. Yes. Good evening.
This guy's getting paid in feet pics for sure. That's how this works.
By the way, one of the dumbest parts of the IMDb Tribune trivia for this movie mentions that they say there are no rules in Thunderdome, but there's a rule that 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Is that not a rule?
That's a rule.
What is the I like sometimes you read those things.
No
to
rules,
me.
just right, is what you're thinking.
Yeah.
No, I fantasize about like the conditions in which someone sat down at like an iPad or a computer and whatnot and was like, I'm gonna set the fucking record straight about this Mad Max era.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it right on this IMDb trivia section, and I'm gonna save the world by spending time writing
You
this.
really have to imagine the crippling loneliness. That's really what is driving the IMDb message board in
just to
general.
be angry about it, just to like watch the movie and be like, okay, all right, Thunderdome, okay, that's coming up. Okay, 2 men enter, 1 man leave. And then the guy introduces it. Great performance in his emceeing of this thing.
Yeah.
And saying that there are no rules in there in terms of the fighting. And then, they introduced a rule already. Oh, my God.
Quick question about the MC. Does that guy have an apartment as well, you think?
Definitely.
Probably.
Okay. Like, not as nice as Tina Turner's, and maybe he doesn't have a saxophone guy.
His cape looks pretty clean.
It does.
He looks like if Oingo Boingo had a Flavor Flav. He's got a cape and
I could
everything.
totally see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
He's really doing it up.
He's another guy you would like to see come back in the third act of this movie, but this movie's terrible.
No.
and you don't see him
We
ever
can't
again.
have that. We can have kids though. We can have a bunch of kids in the wild, I guess.
Yeah, he spins. He doesn't.
It's
get-
so set the scene though, right? It's like a Wheel of Fortune type thing.
Mm-hmm.
You spin this wheel and there's a bunch of like, charges are dropped. You're executed immediately. Free vacation.
I got the options right here. Hard labor.
nice.
And then there's one that's underworld, which I guess is the pig shit, but I thought that
Yes.
would be hard labor. I don't know what the difference is there. Acquittal, spin again, which I like that they put that on there.
2 week stay in Margaritaville in Cabo San Lucas.
Cheeseburger in paradise, gulag, forfeit goods, death, life imprisonment, auntie's choice, or amputation, my favorite.
Wow, I was really hoping that the wheel landed on start a fucking Mad Max movie. That's what I really hoped it landed on.
I have a lot of. I really am glad that Vanna White came on to do this one scene. I'm glad she was there. They didn't get Pat. I wish they had gotten Pat, but hey.
Pat Sajak somehow thought he was above being in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Yes, I imagine he was on his own Thunderdome.
He was at home jerking off to Ronald Reagan.
Which is where he calls
He's
the
like a
Thunderdome.
nightmare, right? He's
Yeah,
like
he's-
a right-wing
He's a
nightmare.
total terror.
Insane
Yeah, the
person.
dude fucking stinks.
Crazy person.
Yeah, so he gets gulag, which means he has to do that.
Exile. I don't understand why they call it
He has to do
gulag.
that crazy horse song, The Horse with No Name.
You have to listen to that on repeat for the rest of your
Jesus
life. See how long it
Christ.
takes before you take your own
In
life.
1985, Gulag was very hot. Everyone was talking about it.
Sure. But still, just call it exile. That's what it is. It's exile.
I love that they put on this like Bob's Big Boy style kind of helmet.
Yes,
on him.
whatever this fast food mascot was from the before times.
Yeah, like
absolutely.
the Roo Burgers or something franchise.
Yeah, we collect these, We have a whole house just full of the Bob's Big Boys, the leftover ones.
By the way, we asked the question earlier on the show at a different episode about if Australians eat kangaroo meat, and we got a resounding yes. They love that shit.
Okay.
Love
Apparently,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
They eat it with every meal.
They
But
put
This would be
steaks
the
and
episode.
everything.
This is the episode to set the record straight on Aussies.
But I mean, think about it. You're in the desert. It's post-apocalyptic. They show the sun.
Yeah.
You're on a horse. They put this huge helmet on you. You're wearing all these clothes. It's like 3 to 4 degrees hotter than it is on this stage. It's like totally like whoa, dude. Could you imagine it?
yeah.
Could you imagine it?
I might be sitting in quicksand right now.
And I just need to reference my John Belushi cocaine sweat that's going on right now.
Well, we did do some speedballs before the show.
Well,
Just a couple.
I mean, Alfred Hitchcock in this definitely has cocaine sweat all day and all
yes,
night.
for sure.
I mean, he's really doing. I mean, he also seems like he's turning into like the old guys who run the universe in Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yes, those big pig people.
Yeah,
I'll take your word for it, man.
The clothing is shedding off to become one of them, the great ones.
And so that they, it's basically they have this like little bottle of water for the horse. The horse is like, ooh, water, and basically fucking tears off.
Well, so
into
this
the
is,
desert.
I was going to say, though, I mean, this is a horse that they didn't eat.
It's true.
I
So
guess.
they have like
right.
gulag horses, right?
Well, this one's very stringy. You wouldn't want to eat this one. I'll be honest with you.
It's interesting to waste resources on someone like this when you could just kill him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Totally. Just get that fucking chainsaw that I saw back in Thunderdome, fill it up, ice that dude.
Yeah.
This horse shit is ridiculous.
We can't spare the pig shit, okay? You're going to have to kill him the old way.
I will say this is the first of 2 amazing quicksand deaths. This horse gets sucked down.
Yeah.
To
This is my question about it, though. I think that horse is already dead.
Oh, yeah, he's dying.
Yeah.
or dead, yeah.
So it's not as tragic as the other one, I guess.
The other one's not that tragic either.
No, not at all, actually.
One less rotten lost boy in this world.
Kind of
whatever.
expected, honestly.
So, the horse fucking... What are you doing?
No, I'm just.
He's doing something.
I was just curious if like that. The PETA isn't in Australia, so like they just killed In Excess's horse, kind of a thing.
Why was it in excess?
I mean, they had an extra horse for a video, and like nobody wanted it after that. We'll give it to George Miller. Oops, that horse died in quicksand.
The video for Don't Stop. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the big one.
Did
yeah.
that guy like hang himself on a horse like an old western when they'd like throw? You know
No,
what I'm saying, right?
I
he
don't
ballad,
believe
he
so.
ballad of Buster Scruggs himself.
Yeah, you put it, folks, try this at home. You put a noose on someone, put him on a horse. It's attached to a tree. The horse eventually leaves, and they get hung.
Let me just say specifically, do not do that.
Also, spoiler alert for Buster Scruggs.
but, you know,
Thanks for nothing.
Spoiler alert for the In Excess biography.
He's fine. He's doing better than we are right
Yeah,
now.
Yes.
But yeah, and Max is thrown from the horse. He survives the quicksand, and walks a little further on, but then totally passes out.
We didn't mention, by the way, he's definitely rocking like the fucking William Wallace in this movie.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
terrible wig.
Not
It's
good.
awful.
When
What
he
is
gets
going on?
When he finally gets a haircut, I'm like, I'm so relieved for the movie
I think-
that I don't have to look at that anymore.
They were trying to make it like look so damaged from the weather that it just looked like a barrel of hay on his head.
It does.
But
Yes.
like Mad Max Ratansky is a dude that will like look at himself and be like, "Oi, my hair's getting a little long," and just like pull it out of his fucking head.
Yeah.
Like he would not
Well,
allow
I
this
mean-
William Wallacing to happen.
Oh, maybe he's trying to distance himself from what Max was. I wish the movie would explore stuff like this more because
Yeah.
apparently there was a cutscene where he wakes up in the night, had a dream about his family from the first movie, and I would love to tie into the first movie in any way.
That or more about his hair is what it
I
seems
could
like.
use 45 minutes on the hair.
More hair, yeah. I mean, you wake up and you've been shaved into like a nice Titan cut right
Yeah.
there. I would be furious if I have a mane like that and then I'm just being cut into like a military
And,
cut.
you know,
I'd be furious.
In heat, hair is very bad.
That's-
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he gets rescued by a girl named Savannah and taken to a thing that I like, not love, but like, and everybody else on this panel hates, which is the Lost Boy Island of Misfit whatever is kind of a situation.
The
it's
Captain
just
Walker.
like if I want to watch fucking Hook, I'll do it.
Well, the thing is,
Oh, there's a horse apparently. Guys, there's a horse watching.
I think we're in exile right now. I used to like this segment. I used to be fine with it, but on my rewatch, I watched it twice this week. Both times, I just felt like this is what started to drag the movie. We got an anchor around the movie now.
It's a different movie. The movie changes entirely.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
because it's, I mean, like we didn't mention this, but this is a classic case of they had a movie that was adapted from a book that was basically like a post-apocalyptic Lord of the Flies situation. And then they were like, hey, it would be kind of cool. Maybe we drop Mad Max into this script. Now it's a Mad Max. That's why it doesn't feel like literally every other Mad Max movie. Because it's not one.
So I guess did they like just write the start of the movie, just fit Max in, and that's why the first 45 minutes is great because we have a Mad Max movie, and the ending I guess is also a Mad Max movie in terms of the stunts and the chase.
Oh, big
but I
time.
feel like it's
there's this.
it's repetitive. It's nowhere near as good as either of the previous films.
I mean, this middle section is just like all about like the wonder of storytelling, and like they believed in some guy named Captain Walker who was going to do what Max did, but didn't. Who cares?
But that shit about the storytelling is legit to the world because it's all about like,
Yes.
the legend of Max and everything
Sure.
like that. But this other shit about like they are like the descendants of people who survived a plane crash. Yada. That's all from this book.
They would make all their own mythos, like anyone, like you get I bet there's some weird guy in the woods right now that's like, oh yeah, Captain.
Can't wait for my mythos to be told.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think the thing is, like, Captain Walker was like this dude. It's like basically dad went out for cigarettes kind of a situation.
Yes,
like everyone's
absolutely.
like, hey, you guys chill out here. We're just We'll be back in like 20 minutes. Yeah, totally. And then they just never came back. Right.
Can you get us some juices?
Yeah, Juice is coming back, and
You know
we'll
what?
have the video and all sorts of cool stuff.
Can I get a Rolo?
He left because it kept doing that creepy like
yeah, the
they
weird-
do that weird like chanting.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're doing.
Well, they're also doing stupid talk.
Yeah,
from
they're-
Children often do.
like it's also I think it's a Cloud Atlas, is it? Where like I'm going on the walkie woo.
Yeah,
Or
it's
like I gotta go find Foodie Hog.
He did talking weird talking, come out mouth, kind of. Blah,
I think
blah, blah.
I think they're exploring something interesting here. I don't know if it works, but it's like if children only survived a crash and just perpetuated the English language, it would be butchered.
Yes.
No, and that
Sure.
like in the other like the first two movies, they kind of do stuff like that. Like there's slang words thrown
Yeah.
in and like fake sounding shit or whatever. But the one that I love is he's got word stuff from his ass to his mouth. What I thought that was like that's their way of saying like, well, that dude's talking shit.
Well,
Right?
They
It sounds
also
like an
know what
iTunes-
ass is. That's amazing.
It sounds like an iTunes review.
I don't know what the decision is to give him a haircut, though. I mean, aside from like
While
everybody
sleeping, by the
Yes.
way.
No,
Which
that's
is-
when you don't want your hair to get cut.
Also, I'm looking at you, third act of Logan, which is exactly this movie, by the way.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Getting a haircut in that motion picture?
No, just like basically like going to an island full of kids that you know what I mean
Oh,
are stuck
yeah.
on their own. You're kind of this
do
reluctant
they
hero.
get him a haircut?
Well, I don't believe that they do. Maybe they do. I don't know.
No, Wolverine doesn't need haircuts. What are you talking
I
about?
don't know. I mean, if it's just like it.
Isn't it just like vampire hair? Like he's just it's the
It
same
just always
length.
comes. I think he could get a buzz cut. It would come
Yeah,
back.
he has to clip it sometimes.
But it's got to grow really fast though,
Yeah,
right?
I think so. Probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll
But yeah,
get
so
back to that.
So, I mean, whenever you bring up Wolverine and his growing abilities, again, I'm fixated on foreskin.
Sure.
Why?
Because if you cut something off a superhuman that regenerates everything, you'd think that if they tried to circumcise Wolverine, he would just grow back the foreskin.
All this research you've been doing for Bill Gates, it's got to stop. You've got to give it a rest.
The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has been funding my research into foreskin.
Specifically X-Men foreskin. And honestly, this has gone too far.
That's why we got to tax people, because they're spending their money on
You should
foreskin.
have just gone to Stan the Man before he checked out, dude. See what the real deal was.
So like basically, you know, they explain like we've been waiting for Captain Walker. Now you're gonna fly this great plane and take us off back to our cities. They call them skyscrapers.
Tomorrow, Morrowland.
Tomorrow,
and right there.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck you. Right there. That's Neverland, and you're making me think about Peter Pan. I
Yeah.
came here for three things: people getting horribly murdered,
Yep.
car chases, and car accidents. Because that's what these movies are.
I do appreciate this weird little frame they used for their storytelling where it's like a stick and then it's like, here's the outline of what a movie screen would be.
Yeah, totally.
And we're
We
just
made a little
moving it to
fake
different-
TV.
Yeah, fake TV to move across and pan across like cave paintings.
It's very adorable,
And-
but it's just from a different movie.
But what I like about it, at least, is Max is just like, oh, hey, cool. What you've got here is no warlords. Just check it out. Zero warlords.
Yep. Oh,
a
clean
lot of
running water. First
yes,
of
a lot
all.
of water
Yep.
and just like beds you can sleep in. It seems like food's doing okay.
He is sizing up like a sweet David Koresh situation.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Oh, you think I'm Captain whatever the fuck? Yeah, sure I am.
Absolutely. Okay, how many of these children am I marrying?
Exactly. I believe Captain Walker was promised 12 wives.
Oh, now the American ATF is outside for some reason. They're going to set fire to the compound.
Oh, yeah, you missed a bunch of stuff on these cave drawings here. There's a bunch of problems here. Yeah, he has 12 wives. He gets everything. He controls all the food, all the drink, all that.
It's the Branch Mex Davidian.
I can write it for you. Hold on one second.
Because he he's doing it more benevolently than that. It's like, what we're going to, because the kids are like, if you're not going to take us, then we're going to go. And he's like, no, what we're going to do is sit the fuck down, live a long life. And my favorite line in this movie is Mel Gibson looking at all these rat bastard little kids and like, and be grateful. The grateful line is very fucking pointed.
Yes, but not to dwell on it now. Mel Gibson's actual religion is probably further crazy than Branch Davidian. right?
Yeah,
I
for
would
sure.
imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I don't
where
know.
it is at this point. It doesn't have a name.
It's like Australian super Catholic, is I believe what it
Yeah.
is.
Doomsday Catholic.
the Snake Boys.
And but like Savannah, who rescued him, is kind of leading a faction because they're like, no, there has to be Tomorrowland. Like this movie should be called Mad Max: Kids Are Dumb as Fucking Shit.
Yes.
'Cause
Don't
he's
listen
like,
to him.
He's like, listen, dudes, there is nothing out there. Everything is shit. I just came from a shit factory. There's pigs everywhere. Like you will be eaten alive if you walk one step off this. Like
We had rumors they have Saturday nights, though. Is it true?
there are Saturday nights, but they're not as exciting as you think.
All right.
You will die. No, Tomorrowland. Death swallowed by the sand. Tomorrow.
But I want to watch the Thunderdome. Man, I would be a spectator at Thunderdome.
Oh,
every
absolutely.
fucking
Dude,
night.
I would be a season pass holder to
Absolutely.
Thunderdome.
I
Totally.
guarantee you, if Max wrangled these kids properly, 4 years tops, there's another Thunderdome that Max is running.
Yeah.
'Cause he's bored. Like, what the fuck's he gonna do?
We got to thin this head.
All right. He looks like he stepped on Roger's foot. You got to go to Thunderdome, little buddy. You and Roger got to figure it out.
Is he like
And
building?
Thunderdome.
Is he building like a similar structure?
Absolutely,
you
yeah,
think?
yeah,
Bungee
yeah.
and all.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's
Ready
a
to go.
little smaller for children.
Thunderdome Junior, dude. There, now it's on Nickelodeon.
Thunderdome
Excellent.
Junior.
There's some bouncy balls in it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like some things are like bubble gum and some things are chainsaws.
Yeah.
Two
You just gotta
kids
grab the-
enter, one kid leaves. Two kids enter, one kid leaves.
Yeah.
Power.
It is a total kid
death fights.
it's a total kid power move, and I
Absolutely.
think we should definitely have children fight to the death.
Yeah, the janitor is there like, I didn't think I'd be cleaning up this many kids' eyeballs. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think there'd be this many. They pop right out.
When can I retire from Thunderdome Junior?
Never
you know-
gonna sleep again.
That's a great point, Chris, because I think the skull is softer, so
Oh,
it
yeah.
just you hit that really hard, it just
It's a mess.
flies right
Come
out.
on.
It's a complete mess.
Yeah.
It's Hamburger City.
Yeah.
You don't
oh, yeah,
want
it's
to.
just a walking hamburger.
It is that. That's
See,
true.
but the cool thing though, with like where they live in this little like desert oasis or whatever, is like there's a water source there, so you could have like the water level of like
Yeah, I
Thunderdome
like that.
Junior. You know what I mean?
Hydrodome?
Because really, what we're talking about here is like American Gladiator events.
Sure,
That's
absolutely.
very true.
So they got into water sports on that show.
Yeah,
Pardon me?
in the apocalypse. No. We're not going to use water for drinking. To spray down the fighters while they're trying to fight each other. It's for spectacle.
You can
please.
try to get some like drink as it falls off their like
But I
body
guess
and
also
whatnot.
the problem with Max as this leader, if he stayed, these kids are like 39 seconds away from puberty, and it's gonna get gross real quick.
yeah.
Oh, then it's a dog tooth situation, and then you're
Exactly.
fucked.
Exactly.
You're
Everybody's
totally fucked.
fucking everybody. Finger
I'm-
stuff as far as the eye can see.
That's why he wants to stick around.
Yeah, I think that's actually true.
Well, yeah,
on.
the younger ones are talking about Tomorrowland, but there's a couple of like older boys who are like the prostitutes. That's what I can't wait for. That's what I'm looking for. I hear they have them.
Well, they got nothing to barter with.
For services rendered.
I guess they'll figure it out, huh?
Savannah, Bugs Bunny kid, and a bunch of other kids you could possibly stand.
Bugs Bunny has 2 lines in the film.
I think his name is Screwy, possibly.
Screw
That
loose.
sounds
Screw-
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a doll of Bugs Bunny that this kid is playing with, and he pulls the cord, and it says a line. I forget, man.
It's What's Up, Doc, I think.
What's
And
up,
it's
Doc? And then there's another one's like,
yeah.
take me with you.
Yeah, that's right.
Take me with
Which
you.
is a weird thing for a Bugs Bunny doll to say. I feel like that's made up for this motion picture.
Probably.
Take
Those-
me where? What the fuck are you talking about, Bugs
I mean,
Bunny?
You're marketing to children. You're like, take me with you. Hold me forever in your mind. Buy more,
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. Don't leave home without it.
Yeah.
Screwy
Yeah.
is not the one who gets drowned by sand, correct?
No.
It's just a random other
Well,
kid.
it's a weird thing. Did you check out this cast list on IMDb? You look at all these kids.
No,
it's
I
like,
did not
It's
check
like
out
the
the
names
kids.
and whatnot, and then it just says like himself, herself.
Oh, that's
Really?
They're
weird.
just playing rat children. Oh, really? No, I'm joking. They all-
Oh, no, I
no,
would
but they're
believe
all
you.
but they're all total Australian nobodies.
Of course.
Because watching this movie, I've never been to Australia. I just assume this is how it is, and I'm like, this is like a docu part of this.
The
Yes.
woman, I should say, the woman who plays Savannah was like an accomplished dancer and like theater actress in Australia.
Yeah, 'cause she's the one that has the most lines and
Otherwise,
such.
it is a fucking cart full of nobodies.
Don't worry about it. We cast people only from the Wasteland to play the Wasteland kids. That's all we did. We made sure to do it.
Yeah, it's a Vice documentary.
We embedded with the Wasteland kids of Beyond Thunderdome.
But Max is furious because no one's taking him serious. He grabs this kid's gun that he doesn't even know he has, loads it and starts like shooting at these kids. Pretty much like, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to hit any, but if I do,
Who cares?
Well, there's no Thunderdome, dude. There's no consequences.
true.
You accidentally knock off one of these kids, whatever.
He's got this great line of it's something like I'm not Captain Walker. I'm the guy who keeps Mr. Dead in his pocket.
yeah, dude.
Pretty bad.
I don't fuck around. And basically, we're all going to stay here and be grateful. He goes to sleep, and whoops, these kids, half of the kids fuck off, and Max isn't having it, so he reluctantly goes to save them. I think at first he doesn't want to do it, though, because he's just like, I don't know, man.
I think it's a thing where like a bunch of these other kids are like, yeah, we'll go do it.
Oh, and he's like,
he's like, nah, then you'll all be fucking dead. And like, so he goes out to try to save them or whatever.
Give me all the water, So they dump all these supplies, right, so
Yeah.
that he can walk out there. Some join him, and this sets
He's
forth
got two guys with him. Yeah.
our adventure.
Yeah, the adventure, and we run into this intrepid group of idiot kids, literally in a sandstorm, about to die in a quicksand accident. Mm-hmm. And that's what happens when you fuck around, dude. I'm sorry.
They don't even seem to have a leader. Like
Yes.
they have the lady who's the main.
I think that's the closest you get
That's-
to the
it's
leader.
It's her, and then there's the other like teenage kid, like the boy, and he's the one who's like, fuck that. Like, I'm not going anywhere. What are you talking about?
Someone's got to stay here and make sure everything's okay. So
Someone's got to make sure, stay here and make sure the waterfall doesn't go anywhere.
yeah, we were installing a water slide tomorrow. I've got to oversee that. You guys,
I am the CFO of fun around here.
The grass could really go to pot really easily if I leave any moment now.
But yeah, you enjoy that death trip though.
Yeah,
Totally.
do it.
How would you even know? I mean, like, there's a lot of different directions to find Bartertown. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you just wouldn't find Bartertown. You just die.
Well, that's with all of these movies. It's like you're just going to go like one way or the other, and
Yes.
maybe you'll hit shit, maybe you won't. Like, what I like about these movies is like 1 through 4, and so you get to like Fury Road in 2015. They do like accelerate like the total decay of society. So it's like eventually there's just no, like when you get to this movie, there's no more roads.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in Fury Road, like there's no like roads in this way. It's just dirt that you're driving on. So like society keeps crumbling further and further.
And this movie's trying to be a little hopeful with like we're rebuilding society. I guess Bartertown is something at least, and these
Right.
children are like they're the future, folks. Whether you like it or not, I can't stand it.
No, I can't deal with it, and I'm very happy when this child gets killed.
He really gets sucked into the sand, man.
I mean,
A couple people here just hated your guts. Did you hear that for a
I'm
second?
sorry,
about
it
that.
just
But
happens.
Look, I need something a little bit more like, but it's true. I need something a little bit more grisly. Like,
What
it's
do you
just-
want?
Grizzly, dude,
I
drowning
think
in
just
quicksand? My
it's a
God,
little
come
bit more
on.
All that happens
you
is
know
that
what?
they're
You're
on
right.
a jacket. They're all like connected with the jacket, and they're being pulled. Up.
Yeah.
And like you just pull it up, and it's just an empty jacket.
Can I
There's
just-
not blood on the jacket. There's
Why
no,
would there
like,
be blood? It's quicksand. What are you talking
maybe
The
it got
about?
scorpions.
crushed. Maybe he got crushed by the
quicksand?
Yes,
Would
maybe.
it pop like a grape?
Maybe.
What would make Chris happy, ladies and gentlemen, is if they pulled up the jacket
Yes.
and a tiny little skeleton was
Yeah,
holding up.
totally.
there
Oh,
we
it was
go.
Like,
acid
exactly.
quicksand.
That would be cool. That would be, or like just like sort of waterboard one of these kids with sand. Just keep pouring it in his mouth,
Jesus H.
just so you can see him like really choking on it as he goes
Get a
down.
camera down there with him.
yeah,
That'd be great, like a
That's
cross
yeah.
section.
Who's directing this movie? John Landis? Christ.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Oh man, I think he was helping scout locations. We started this conversation with a helicopter crash.
That is indeed what we did.
So this kid's dead,
Yeah.
and Max winds up saving the
rest of
teenage,
them, yes.
teenage
Yeah.
girl. What's her name?
Savannah.
Savannah, yeah. And he's like, "See, I fucking told you, you stupid little kids." You know, he kind of like gives it to him a little bit there. You know, not as much as he probably
Now,
should.
which-
Like, get back to
Now, which one am I marrying?
And I guess the idea is they don't have enough water to get back, so the only way out is to get through Bartertown. And this is when there's a long, extended sequence when like everybody's we run back with Master, and we say like basically Mel Gibson's like, you know what, that guy is very smart, and he
Yeah.
can make my little Koresh compound really sing.
Yeah. Get a
this
good,
guy's gonna do the books. You think?
Exactly.
some good work ethic. I mean, he can get a schedule going. Like
Yeah.
that's what seems like he's good for.
Also, like these young kids. You could raise them for anything. You know, you get one to push a boulder around for a while, get strong, become like a blaster.
Someone to kick dirt around. You're going to need somebody like that.
Oh, we need a dirt kicker. Definitely.
A
Absolutely.
lot of dirt to kick.
Yes.
And I mean, like, this is when the movie becomes toothless because he runs into the gang and he doesn't. he keeps fighting them, but nobody dies. It's a lot of like, you know.
And I don't know if this was like notes from Warner Brothers or what the deal was here, but it's like another thing I love about the first two movies and Fury Road, insane deaths of
Yes.
these bad guys left and right. And this is like this ongoing gag of like Iron Bar, who's kind of like the main dude, or Iron Arm, or whatever his name is, Iron Bar, I think it is.
I think it's Iron Bar.
You know, he's constantly like in all of these wrecks that in any other Mad Max movie would totally fucking ice that character. But
Yeah.
this, he's like getting up like, "Damn
There's at
you,
one point,
Mad Max."
He gets like hit by a train and he's covered in soot. And it's like, is that why they had Bugs Bunny?
Yes, I think 100% that's
Because
what it
that's
is.
the Wacky Racers portion of the film, which is kind of the next movement. Is that they steal Master, and he's very happy to be stolen. And they steal this train with Pig. I almost called him Pig Fucker, Pig Killer.
Oh, I thought you were going to say pig vomit.
Pig, do you think
Oh, fucking pig vomit! This goddamn wasteland, Paul Giamatti.
would it be a bigger crime to kill a pig or fuck a pig in this
Oh,
world?
kill it for
Oh,
100%. Yeah.
So you think maybe there are pig fuckers?
There's
of
definitely
course
pig
there are.
fuckers in this universe. It's two things that they don't address in this movie: cannibalism and definitely bestiality.
Yeah, for sure. It's a really good point.
You see the desperation in that town?
think-
These are
wait,
Australian
fucking pigs.
outback,
Let me
ladies and gentlemen.
Come on.
Zoo expert Chris Cabin
Yes.
is. Do you think the brothels in Bartertown are just livestock?
Not all lives.
But
That's a
definitely there.
specialty.
They have a
It's like, no,
specialty.
you want the brothel
It's like-
around the corner.
Sometimes you know how the deli will also have the butcher next to it. I think it's that situation right there.
Okay.
So you could like fuck a koala?
oh, come on, no.
If
Why
you
wouldn't
so
you?
wish.
Why wouldn't you? Is that what you just
If
asked?
they
would say-
survived, I don't know.
I'm just saying.
They
if
seem
you're-
to be
if you're
mostly dead,
If
right?
you're crossing that bridge anyway.
Dude, I would say a koala would have a lot to say about that
Yeah,
situation,
you would
and you
also-
wouldn't want to know about it.
That is another note that you should keep in mind.
It's a koala.
No way.
It's a bear, my friend.
you
It's a
would-
small
Yeah,
bear,
yeah.
but it is a bear.
Well, you know, you shave, you declaw it, you shave it, you oil it up.
All right,
You're doing
all right.
so much.
We
for
are
this.
moving on as a podcast.
We're definitely not doing it at Thunderdome.
I'm just giving the people what they want to hear.
So there's this big train thing that they get into, and Master, I don't know where he gets this awesome outfit. It's like you go to Disney and you're doing that Old West thing, and
Yes.
like they give you those like shitty old costumes to
Yeah,
wear.
like because you're gonna get like your picture taken
Yes.
in a booth or something, so you
Yeah.
want to look like period appropriate. This dude out of nowhere, like he's riding an old timey train, and he's got this 3-piece suit.
It's crazy.
He's straight out of Stagecoach. Like I don't
he
understand
gets
it.
glasses too, and I mean, like, you know, Master doesn't exactly. It's not a one size fits all situation. Like, who made this awesome outfit?
I'm not Master. No, I'm legitimate businessman Greg.
I'm a Mister. That's right. My name is Mister.
All crimes Master did happen in Thunderdome. Mister live on train. Mister not get prosecuted.
You know, it's interesting. Both this movie and the third Back to the Future were fucking around with trains after we've been fucking around with cars for 2 movies.
And,
a good point.
and both are detrimental, I think, to the narrative.
Totally.
The influence of Runaway Train, I suppose.
Oh,
Great movie.
the fucking John
Voight,
John
Eric
Voight movie?
Roberts. Great movie.
Is that right?
Yeah, fantastic movie.
And I mean, like, it's whatever. I mean, that's the problem. Is like, it's very underwhelming the last couple of minutes here.
But this is where, this is where I have to stand up for this movie, because at minute 81, it actually becomes a Mad Max movie because there's a fucking car chase.
it's true.
And 86 minutes into this movie is the first time he gets behind the wheel of an automobile.
Yeah.
Which is, if I'm in 1985 paying tickets for a Mad Max movie, guess what? That's the first thing I want to see.
Yeah.
86 minutes, this movie.
I mean, I still have to commend it a little on trying to build something more than that.
Yeah.
But once we get to it, I do feel it's lackluster. So we get back to the underworld. I guess we do get Mister now.
Yeah.
And Pig Killer officially joins the
yeah,
squad
so we got a little gang going.
Yeah.
by helping them escape.
and they escape essentially, and Pig Killer gets hurt in the leg, and they run back with the Gyro Captain or the Jebediah,
Fake Gyro Captain, dude.
to
Different
escape, and Max does the really cool thing where he sacrifices himself. Though I don't know, I don't think Pig Killer's gonna last for another 5 minutes.
Oh, really? You think that was a fatal leg
Dude,
wound for
that
Pig Killer?
Was that the you see like the. I don't even know what you call it. I guess it's an arrowhead or whatever
Yeah.
that's sticking out the other side of his leg. It's humongous.
He's not making it.
That leg
dude.
is gone. You got to cut that
If
whole leg
someone's
off.
sacrificing themselves, it should be Pig Killer.
I
artery's
agree
gone.
absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
no, Max sacrifices himself, and everybody else gets away. And there's this. I like the ending, the cool the telling of the tale of Max kind of a thing.
Yeah, so basically Savannah takes all of the kids and they make their way to what is burned out Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like what was happening with Bartertown is they're rebuilding civilization by going back and living in the skyscrapers. It's actually a really great matte shot where you see the skyscrapers and there's lights here and there and the burned out windows and everything. Really not bad. Continuing the idea of storytelling, keeping the myth going, so we don't forget where we came from, because now society's dead and we have no internet or movies or whatever. And that's where it ends for many, many years. What, 20 years? 30 years until fucking Fury Road comes out and really shows this movie where to go.
Absolutely.
Gives
I do
relief.
want to mention eventually Iron Bar finally does die, right? He gets hit by the train a second time
Yeah,
and
it
finally
explodes.
dies.
Yeah.
But does he, though? Isn't he he's given the finger?
Yeah, but he's dead. I think
It's
that's the
just
last
pure
moment.
wreckage.
Got
They
it,
don't
got
show
it,
him
got it.
grinning like they usually do.
Got it.
Don't you remember where they put him in the dip? And then he turns into liquid.
All right, real quick, we got to start wrapping it up here. So big thanks to Frequency for having us. This was so much fun. Thank you, Chris, and the whole team. This was really, really great. Really quick, we'll go down the line. Eric, we'll start with you. Would you recommend this movie and/or final thoughts on Thunderdome?
Yeah, it would be a light recommend. Like I said before, Thunderdome is just a brilliant concept, especially for this world. And I wish they explored other things than children. I know this guy likes that, but it's a light recommend for me because it's still a Mad Max movie. So how can I not?
It's a hard recommend. There's not a lot of Mel Gibson, which is what I like. It's there is some exciting stuff here. The Thunderdome stuff is cool. I think the kid stuff is a cool message. Overall, really high recommend for me. Oh, come on. Grow up.
Wait. I heard some pig shit. Was that from the film?
That was from the film. I got a
Is
clip.
that an impression
I got
from the film?
I got a specific clip that I put in my mouth and I just played it right there. No, I hated this movie.
Yeah, no, fuck it. Watch Fury Road. We Hate Movies from right here in New York City. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stick around. Pom Pom Squad is up next, everybody. Thanks so
Yes.
much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.